Just want to make a quick video back to some car content. If you have a 2013 through 2015 Cadillac ATS with a 2-liter turbo, or I believe any of the early, basically like Malibus, anything with this with the early generation 2-liter turbo in it, up to 2015, there was a recall, or I guess it wouldn't be a recall, a service bulletin out for cracked ringlands. This car started throwing a misfire. I did compression check on it, zero compression on cylinder 1, so instantly that's what I thought it was. So I started tearing this apart. This is my wife's car. It's her daily driver. It's the only car she has, so really thrashing on it. I thought about making a video series about this, but I just didn't have time. I just wanted to get it done. But long story short, I tore this thing all the way apart, thinking I had a bad piston. Once I got the head off, I noticed that one of the valves had a little bit of play in it. And I had looked at all the valve springs and everything once I pulled the valve cover off, and I didn't see anything. So, you know, it caught me off guard a little bit. So I get to looking, and it had a broken spring. And really, the whole time I thought it was just a collapsed spring. So I took it to the machine shop, and when I took it apart, they said, "Oh no, the spring was broken." Like, oh, okay. So of course they did all the machine work and cleaned everything up, and you know, it's direct injected, so the intake runners get really bad, the valves are really bad. So I mean, it needed it, but long story short, I didn't have to pull the head off of this thing and mess with the timing and all of that. I could have done it right on the car. You can just put compressed air into the cylinder, holds the valves up, change that spring out, and this could have been a one-day deal. Unfortunately, this turned into, between running back and forth to the machine shop, waiting on parts, and then of course working on it when I could, about a 2-week project. So yeah, it wasn't fun. But yeah, it could save you a lot of time if you know, look at that first, I guess. What I'm saying is, if you have one of the early generation 2 liters, and you've got no compression or very little compression on one of the cylinders, look very carefully at the valve springs first, because that could very well be it. Like I said, if I would have caught that to begin with, this wouldn't have been a big thing. But I guess I also want to take this time to show off my my new ZZP oil catch can. Went ahead and decided to do that. When I took this thing all apart, man, there was oil in all the boost pipes, in the intercooler, in the inlet of the turbo there. I mean, there was oil everywhere in this thing. I went ahead and redid all the PCV valves. I think there was 3 of them on this car. There's actually one inside the valve cover too. I didn't do that one, but I did the 3 that are serviceable. But this thing's pretty neat, man. It's so reroute your PCV into the can. It's got a dipstick on top. You can unthread it and check your oil level. Once it gets full of oil, or you see it's got some oil in it, you can let me get this tight here. You go to the bottom. This is like an oil filter. It just spins on. And it's got an O-ring seal right here, so you tighten it up, and then so you can take that off basically without taking it off the car. So this whole thing pops off. So you leave the rest of it mounted up. It's nice built aluminum. It's got a powder coated bracket. Real nice setup. Ties into all the factory places. No major modifications. I mean, literally it takes minutes to install. Pretty neat setup. But yeah, I just want to make this video to save somebody the hassle, because good lord, it was a lot of work. Car runs great now though. It runs nice and quiet, and probably runs almost as good as new. So kind of needed to be done. But man, if you're with all the new gaskets and all the parts and everything, I'm almost $1,000 into this car. So just, you know, in the rebuild and the machine shop work and stuff. So yeah, something to consider, but maybe this will help somebody. Thanks for watching.